Hey you guys, Game Film here, back with another video, doing a book review this time, the first book review I've done for my channel. The title is The Massacre at El Mozote by author, journalist, and educator Mark Danner. In December 1981, a group of soldiers from the elite Atlacatal battalion, trained, equipped, armed by the United States, massacred approximately 800 civilians, half of them under the age of 10, often by decapitation. The book goes into detail of how the Argentine forensic anthropology team excavated the site of El Mozote, how one of the key witnesses, Rufina Amaya, was ignored by the U.S. government, and the author Danner gives some background on the El Salvadorian Civil War, plus the leaders of the right-wing military, including Domingo Monterrosa. Now, if you're thinking the U.S. will never let that happen, or if you're a conservative watching this and you're thinking, oh, you lefties and your commie propaganda, no, this incident really happened. This book really lit a fire under me to learn more about U.S. foreign policy and imperialism. It got me reading, for example, the Jakarta method. When the U.S. installed a dictator in Indonesia, they armed, they trained their military, they gave them a list of suspected communists and leftists, and murdered minimum 500,000 civilians, some say as high as 1 million, and made many others disappear. I wanted to mention that book because the one I'm reviewing now isn't some isolated incident. Capitalism, imperialism stretches its tentacles everywhere around the world. The US and the West must crush anyone that stands in the way of corporate profits, and that means targeting anyone defending their land and resources. Now I'm going to read a couple paragraphs from the book. Rufina Amaya, one of the key witnesses in this massacre, was hiding in foliage feet away, and she overheard the soldiers talking. Well, we've killed all the old men and women, one said, but there's still a lot of kids down there. You know, a lot of those kids are really good looking, really cute. I wouldn't want to kill all of them. Maybe we can keep some of them, you know, take them with us. What are you talking about? Another soldier answered roughly. We have to finish everyone. You know that. That's the colonel's order. This is an excuse my Spanish here. This is an operativo de tierra arrasada here. A scorched earth operation. And we have to kill the kids as well, or we'll get it ourselves. Listen, I don't want to kill kids, the first soldier said. Look, another said. We have orders to finish everyone, and we have to complete our orders. That's it. At about this time, up on the hill known as El Pinalito, Captain Salazar was shrugging off a guide's timid plea for the children's lives. If we don't kill them now, he said angrily, they'll just grow up to be guerrillas. We have to take care of the job now. So that was from pages 74 and 75. I wanted to read page 76, but I think it's a little too graphic about them killing children. So I'm skipping to page 79. As the soldiers related it now, the guide said, there had been a disagreement outside the schoolhouse where a number of children were being held. Some of the men had hesitated, saying they didn't want to kill the children, and the others had ridiculed them. According to one account, a soldier had called the commanding officer. Hey Major, he had shouted. Someone says he won't kill children. Which son of a bitch says that? The major had shouted back angrily, striding over. The major had not hesitated to do what an officer does in such situations, show leadership. He'd pushed into the group of children, seized the little boy, thrown him in the air, and impaled him as he fell. That had put an end to that conversation. Now skipping to page 82, they made camp in open country, rose at dawn, and as they prepared to move out again, Captain Salazar motioned them over. The men of the Atlacatal gathered in a circle, sitting cross-legged on the ground as he stood and addressed them. Senores, the captain said angrily, what we did yesterday and the day before, this is called war. This is what war is. War is hell. And God damn it, if I order you to kill your mother, that is just what we're going to do. Now, I don't want to hear that afterward while you're out drinking and bullshitting among yourselves. You're whining and complaining about this, about how terrible it was. I don't want to hear that. Because what we did yesterday, what we've been doing on this operation, this is war, gentlemen. This is what war is. Now, I wanted to read those pages to show you the mentality of these soldiers. Like, the right-wing capitalists and army, they see communists, guerrillas, practically anyone on the left as a cancer, okay? And their thought process is, to get rid of cancer, you have to cut out the healthy parts around it too. So to them, this is just war, and although it can get ugly, the ends justify the means. The book also talks about the leader of the Atlacatal battalion, Domingo Monterosa. This garbage of a human was obsessed with hunting the guerrillas. He was described as suave, no nonsense, beloved by everyone in the military, especially the U.S. Here's a picture of him with U.S. Ambassador Dean Hinton with Domingo. It's really disgusting just how our country cuddles up to these pieces of trash like him. I can't spoil it, but the best part of this book has to be when Domingo meets his demise. It's a real fascinating story, y'all, and you'll have to read the book to find out. Okay, I don't want to give too much more away, guys, but I have to say this book really lit a fire into me. I don't read much, but books like these, man, and Michael Parenti, they just really fire me up, and they really, just that itch, it makes me want to learn. And I hope you guys check this one out, and maybe you'll start reading books about U.S. foreign policy, imperialism, and that light bulb, that light switch turns on in your head. If you're new to this channel, yes, definitely like to talk about games and movies, but I also like to keep people informed, have fun, stay informed. Those are the vibes around here, guys. I really just want to let people know what your government is really up to, and just share that information. Thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please sub to my channel, like, comment, play this video in its entirety. It really helps out with that brutal YouTube algorithm. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.